We're going to talk about this $21,600 Susan B. Anthony dollar. It's right here at Heritage. It graded Mint State 67 plus by NGC. $21,600. This isn't clickbait. This isn't, I'm telling you, you're going to find this coin. But we need to talk about it because I found something interesting. I think everybody will want to see something we can discuss in the comments or just guess about. But there are some Susan B. Anthony dollars you can still find in rolls. You can still find in mint sets. You can still find in pocket change that are worth money. What's wrong with looking? If even if you don't like errors, it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, if you can find something and flip it for a little more money, let's do it. Let's check this out. So I'm doing research for videos, and I haven't really touched on small dollars much. Most people are not really interested in them. Nobody really cares about small dollars. They care about the Wounded Eagle and the Sacagawea. They care about sometimes the mint mark varieties for the proofs and things like that, and everybody's looking at the wide rim, and that's about it. They don't really care about anything else. But there are some things to look for. But what we want to look at first off, and I'll explain this 81S a little bit better. Well, when you come over to PCGS price guide, you can see all the different varieties to look for. Obviously, the wide rim. It's worth over face value, especially in mint state. So you want to try to find it in mint state. Not so much in circulated condition. If you can get $5 to $15 out of it, you're smoking. So something interesting everyone needs to know about the Susan B. Anthony dollars. This is the first time since 1945, the war nickels, that the Philadelphia Mint put a P Mint mark on a circulated U.S. coin. So now you have a P Mint mark on Susan B. Anthony dollars, and then you also have a D Mint mark and an S Mint mark, and they're all circulated. Now the proofs do have an S Mint mark, but they're in proof sets. They're deep cameos, they have a reflective quality. But anyway, looking down through all these, they stopped minting them in 81 and then again in 99. You have your P and D in 1999, and then you do have a P, which is a proof. One of the few times, modern times, that the Mint has issued a proof from the Philadelphia Mint with a P Mint mark. Usually it's an S Mint mark. Then anyways, you want to find the 79 Type 2. That has a little bit of value to it, but the 81S is probably the key date with the Type 2 mint mark, and it has to be in a proof set. And it's worth a little bit of money. Now, you can see that at auctions. They still sell at auction regularly, $150. Anywhere from $90 to $150 is the going rate. Most of them are $69. Now, if you get a 70, it's $475. You can still get $300 or $400 out of it. So this anomalous 81S, Mint State 67 Plus, is the finest known, but it's in an NGC holder. At least finest known in an NGC holder. You have the 67 in a PCGS holder, but this is the P Mint mark. So what was important was this had the S Mint mark. But if you go over to the price guides and you're looking at the 81S, PCGS has Mint State 67 at $6,000. Okay, so we're talking about condition grade keys here. In other words, coins that in the higher grades are worth a lot of money, but only because they're in those higher grades and they're in a PCGS or NGC holder. They can't be just coins you find that look really nice out of a set. They might look perfect and pristine to you, but that doesn't mean they have that value or even half that value. So just because something's worth $6,067 in a PCGS holder doesn't mean it's going to be worth at least $3,000 in 66. It drops back because there's more of a population. This is all about population and registry quality. Okay, you got a coin that is graded in this grade, and there's only 1 to 3 of them, then you've got enough people that are competing against this coin that have some money, that have registry sets, that want to buy it, and they'll up the scales on it. And that's what happened with this right here. There's just not a 67 plus graded by either company. I'm going to go over to NGC here and look at their 81S. They actually don't have that price listed here for 67 plus. When I go to the actual, you can click on the date and it'll come up with more information. But they have it where they graded 1 in 67 plus, but they don't have that value down there, which is smart because that's kind of an anomalous sale there. 67s you can see here, 37.50 in a NGC holder, and I showed you over here how much they're worth in a PCGS holder, 81Ss, and they're saying 6,000. Like I said, you can go over to Heritage and you can check out what they've sold for the most. Susan B. Anthony sold for. And besides the minor varieties you can find, this is probably your only chance of ever hitting bank with one of these coins. But man, you're really going to have to send off bulk submissions after bulk submissions, bulk submissions after bulk submissions to even, have a chance, because you're going to have to play the math. And even dealers who play the math don't get these grades because it's just so rare. So we can look at the highest prices on Heritage to get an idea. And obviously, this is the most a Susan B. Anthony dollar has ever sold for, $21,600. Your chances of getting that is just play the Powerball every day or every week or whatever, because you're just not going to get another one of those. It's not going to sell for that if you do, because that's not going to be worth that much. That one person needed that 67 plus. They wanted that finest known. But is it the finest known? That's the question I'm bringing up here next, and we're going to take a look at something that I noticed on PCGS's PCGS's population report here. But anyway, we got the wide rim sold for 6,000 something and 67 plus. This is what I don't understand. It's the 79. That's the reason. It's the 81S is the reason it sold for that much. You had an 81S and 67 sold for 5,040. You had a 68 79S. But like I said, if you want to focus on the 81Ss, that's the reason that sold for that much. It was the finest known 81S. And that's the reason it sold for that much. You've got some 68s here I can see, but it's in 79. Some of these look really nice. I've had them out of the rolls, but if you have to hold these coins at an angle to look for the marks. And you'll see more marks and use a really good light, because I'm telling you, they're hard to get in these high grades like 68, 67. Even 66 is not easy. Now, what I'm going to look at here, I clicked on the population reports to look at 67 and see if there's any 67 pluses. There's 3 67s for Susan B. Anthony, and we're talking to 81S here. But over here on the population report, it says there's 5 70s, but none of them have been sold. So has somebody sent off enough, or someone submitted 5, or at least a bulk submission or something to PCGS, and they received 70 grades and they're just keeping them back. They're not putting them on the market. That's what it looks like. I don't think I've ever seen this before. I could check out other dates, I guess. I could check out 79s and see if there's any 70s that are not out on the market. Usually it's the P. We'll just check it out. Let's just check out these 79s. But it's kind of curious why the pop would show that many, and I've never heard of one. There is 168 for 10,000 in the plane, but I think we saw more than that. I'm not sure if these population reports are even updated or not. You've got how many no 70s here, and that's 10,000, and even there's just none higher than 68 in the 79. So it's not like it's some anomalous. It is kind of anomalous, but it's not like it's just happening on all of these. Let's try the 80s and see if we can come up with something here. See if there's any more that's in 70 that's not out in the market that we haven't seen or heard about. Nope, 368s worth $21.50, or at least retail. Doesn't mean they'll sell for that much. 67s, no 68s there. So we'll do the 80S here. The D and the S, see if there is. Nope, 67 plus, $1,600. So we've looked at the 81Ss. We can take a look. I guess we go through them all. Let's see the 81 and the 81 or 81D. Let's see if there's any 70s there. See if it's just, nope, no 68s for that. And 81, there's nothing higher than a 67 for those. So in the 99s, I don't think that we're going to see. Let's see. These are the Mint State ones, the Unk ones, not the Bruce. That's what we're looking at. So the 99D. 99Ds kind of look a little proof-like. That's how never been up. 68's the highest. And here's the 99. 68's the highest. So see, there's 5 81S's out there that PCGS has reported at 70. We're looking at it with our own eyes. 81S, it says it right here, 5. None is 67 plus. So if someone's not, they might think they have a windfall, but if you got 5 of them, and they're going to have to come out one at a time over several years. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. You never know what you're going to find when you're doing research and looking through this. So kind of a recap, if you are looking for a valuable Susan B. Anthony, the key date is the 81S Type 2 proof. Then you want to look for the 79S Type 2 proof. And those are the clear S or the flat S. Flat S for the S, because the clear S's are also 81S, but they look more flat. The clear S's that's what they call them, in Type 2s for the 79. proofs. Now, otherwise, you want to look for the wide rim, a wide rim coin or a very high grade coin. So you're going to have to go and get rolls and rolls of these original rolls, submit them in bulk submissions, and just hope that you get them. You can find them in mint sets too, and just keep sending them and sending them. That's about the only way to do it. It's like scratching off lottery tickets. You're going to cost you some money if you think you're going to get eventually one of these grades. Now, you need to see what you're shooting for. If you're shooting for a 68, how many thousands of dollars are you going to put in grading fees before it's not worth it anymore? So you have to think of that as well. But yeah, that 21,600 is definitely an anomaly, and it's probably going to get crushed. Whoever paid $21,600 for that, because we see, like I said, we saw it right over here. There's supposed to be 5 of them in a PCGS holder that's 70. So we'll see. I don't know. I'd be curious to know about this right here. So there you go. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully it helped you a little bit with Susan B. Anthony dollar values. Most of them are not worth that much money, but there are some that has that potential. So thanks for watching and have a great day.